all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
City News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Citi Prime News. We're coming to you live from our studios at number 11, Dr. Martin Loop in Accra. My name is Ajua Tenkrama. Domina, coming up, National Service Scheme rubbishes criticisms over its plans to deploy personnel abroad in a yet-to-be-implemented exchange program.
Study some special innovations and projects there, then they come back. So if the investors have this special arrangement, why can't National Service also have a similar one?
We'll hear from the ranking member on the Education Committee, Peter Nochukotoi, who says the scheme has commenced engagement with the Gambia for postings. Also coming up, organized labor hosts crunch meeting behind closed doors over the National Pensions Regulatory Authority's approval of the sale of shares in 4 hotels. Still in the bulletin, residents of Bong and Owenya protest halt of construction on 17-kilometer road, urging government to immediately ensure the resumption of road works.
We are asking that they should let the contractor come back on the road. We want the road to be done. Otherwise, we are going to continue with the demonstration.
And later, NPP running mate Matthew Opoku-Prempeh apologizes for comment against Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But this youth group in the Western region wants more than that.
So the youth of Western region rejects this kind of apology. And we believe that that has been the DNA of Napo and his group.
We have details of these and more stories coming your way in the next 30 minutes. Remember, this bulletin is live around the globe on citinewsroom.com, on YouTube and on Facebook. We are on Citi 97.3 FM across the country. We are live on a number of affiliates in the Western region. This is Premier 100.5 FM in Takoradi Beach, 105.5 FM also in Takoradi. In the Bunu region, you can find us on Green at 95.9 FM in Sunyang. In the Ashanti region, this is Orange 107.9 FM in Kumasi. In the Volta region, Akpene Radio 96.7 in Pando, Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoi. In the Northern region, you can find us on Dasuma 99.1 FM in Yendi. If you're in the Upper East region, this is Word 88.3 FM in Zwarungu. In Upper West, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura. And in Northeast, Eagle FM 94.1 in Wale Wale. Stay with us for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
We're grateful you could join us this afternoon. Now, the Education Committee of Parliament has announced plans to deploy National Service personnel to the Gambia in partnership with the Gambian government and the National Service Authority. This follows the passage of the National Service Authority Bill 2024. A provision in the bill to send fresh graduates abroad has sparked concerns about potential brain drain. Now, speaking to Citi News, Peter Nochukotoi, the ranking member on the committee, clarified that the exchange program will be funded by the World Bank and the Gambian government, not the Ghanaian government.
For now, that is what is on the table. So until they maybe decide to go elsewhere, on the request of that country, it can be considered. But it is not part of the act that they should go to Gambia. No, that they can get it. It is not the government that is going to pay. The government of Gambia and the World Bank that are requesting this. So it is not that will pay. If the Gambia government is interested in, or any other country is interested in employing them, so be it. It will also reduce unemployment level in the country. But they are asking for teachers specifically, not other workers. Yeah, so our professionals. That's why we have to bear it in mind that they want teachers and teachers only. So that is the situation. So we passed it last Friday. And we are expecting that when it gets to the presidency, they will the president will assent to it.
Peter Nochukotoi also announced that a bill seeks to change the age limit of the National Service Scheme.
What is there is that we don't want to limit the national service age at 40. If after 40, if you want to do national service, yes, you are free to do so. So 18 years and above. But if you are 40 and you don't want to do national service, you can apply for exemption. Then you will be granted. That is the innovation or the new thing that we have brought on board.
That was Peter Nochukotoi. He is a ranking member on the Education Committee of Parliament. Let's say on this subject, because the National Service Secretariat has rubbished criticisms of its plans to deploy personnel to other countries as part of its new 10-year policy. Now, while clarifying that the scheme is considering partnership with many countries, including India, US, the Gambia, the UK, among others, Director of Corporate Affairs at the NSS, Ambrose Issa, says there is nothing wrong in engaging personnel in exchange programs.
If they said next year, let's agree that you send about, for example, 50 service personnel from Ghana to us, then we'll also bring you 50 so that they will come and understudy your system. And then for yours would also come to our country to understudy our system so that it would be like an exchange program. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. In any case, for the university and other people, ask them if they do not have official exchange programs with universities outside. The university I attended, all the premier universities in Ghana, they have official exchange programs with universities outside Ghana. And so sometimes during their sabbatical leaves, they go there officially to understudy some special innovations and projects there. Then they come back. So if the universities have this special arrangement, why can't National Service also have a similar one?
You heard Ambrose Issa. He serves as the Director of Corporate Affairs at the National Service Scheme. Away from that now, contractors working on the 4 bypasses on the Accra-Kumasi Highway are facing challenges due to huge pits left uncovered by illegal miners in communities where the projects are being constructed. Now, these uncovered pits are obstructing the progress of bypass construction projects at Osino, Enyinem, Enyiresi and Konongo as contractors struggle with swampy areas exacerbated by the rains. The government is building these bypasses to reduce congestion and crashes on the Kumasi-Accra Highway. Now, at the Konongo site, for instance, contractors are using boulders to fill the swampy areas. Team lead of STIM Limited, a consultancy firm for the Osino bypass, Dolittle Kweku Sintimabwaji, mentioned compensation payments and adverse rainfall as other challenges affecting works progress.
When we came, we saw that there were so many places that were not expected to have. We have got those activities there. So we have numerous activities. I know when you encounter like mining activities, you come out with unsuitable material, slurry material. So to take them out is very difficult. You need to borrow material and mix with them so that they become solidified before you can scoop them out. So that also had some effect. We also have some mining companies and they have their terrace ponds. And our alignment is passing through these terrace ponds. So either we shift it or we go through it. The decision was to go through it. It means the mining companies must decommission this terrace pond. And that is also taking some time, so that is also affecting us. This place is a farming area, so compensation issue has also been, but in all cases, the Ghana Highway Authority and the ministry are helping us.
You heard Dolittle Kweku Sintimabwaji. He is team leader of SCIM Limited, a consultancy firm for the Osino bypass. Meanwhile, Roads and Highways Minister Francis Asenso-Boakye, who inspected ongoing works at the site, acknowledged the challenges and assured of the government's commitment to completing the projects.
There are several, apart from the main road, there are several other interventions, including culverts and drainage structures, including underpasses and overpasses, and also a 40-meter long bridge over the Brim River. These are all series of interventions that have been done as a result of studies carried out and informed these structures. And so far, I must say that I am fairly satisfied with the progress of work. I'm saying fairly satisfied with that. I would have wished that it would have gone much faster than that. So as a result of that, it has delayed the project across. But I am convinced that where they are, and if the financial world flows, they will be able to go as fast as we want it. But so far, I am satisfied.
Roads and Highways Minister Francis Asenso-Boakye. Now, concerned residents of Pong, Dowenya and surrounding communities have this morning demonstrated to demand the fixing of their deplorable roads. The 17-kilometer Pong Dowenya road construction, which had its groundbreaking ceremony taking place 4 years ago, has been abandoned with no sign of contractors returning to site. According to the group, the appalling condition of that stretch is adversely affecting their businesses, health and psychological well-being. In a City News interview, the lead organizer for the demonstration, Frana Abewuni, urged the Minister for Roads and Highways to provide a clear explanation for the halting construction work and demanded immediate action to address the situation.
The demonstration came about because 4 years ago, they cut sword here, the president cut sword here to commence the road. We were told that it's 17 kilometers. That is from the Pong roundabout all the way through the stretch, Central University and beyond. But after 4 years, 2 years ago, we realized that the job had come to a halt. The contractors are not anymore on site. They come from time to time and do like patching, and that's it. We are not getting any information from them. And we are really suffering. Our lives are in danger because we spend so much time sitting in traffic to and fro. I wish you can experience it here, where you can sit in traffic if you are lucky about 3 hours just to get out, and another 3 hours to come. Children are, they are sleeping in the vehicle to go to school, they are sleeping in class and so on. We are asking that they should let the contractor come back on the road. We want the road to be done. Otherwise, we are going to continue with the demonstration. We will continue. In fact, we will ask for more permission and we'll continue. Because until government comes and then gets the contractor back on site, or if they want to change the contractor, as for us, we want the roads to be done.
You heard the lead organizer of the demonstration by concerned residents of Pong, Dowenya, Frana Abewuni. Now, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly has reiterated a directive for the closure of all shops and markets in the Central Business District in Accra tomorrow for a cleanup exercise ahead of the Homowo festivities. The Homowo cleanup campaign is being organized in collaboration with the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council, the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, the Ministry of Local Government, Decentralization and Rural Development, the Ministry of the Interior, Local Government Authorities, and Zoom Lion Ghana Limited. The head of public affairs at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Gilbert Nee Ankrah, told City News that the exercise aims to enhance environmental cleanliness across the city.
All shops and markets within the Central Business District are expected to remain closed from 6 a.m. to 12 noon on Saturday, 13th of July 2024. And this is to make way for the ongoing Homowo cleanup exercise, which was initiated by the Ghana Traditional Council, led by the Gamanche, King Taki Tekuchu II. Let me state that this exercise, as we all know, is being spearheaded by the Greater Accra Regional Coordinating Council, the Ministry of Sanitation, Zoom Lion, among others. And we as an assembly began this particular exercise. We dealt with areas within the Gamashi proper areas, within Sempeg, Bese, Abola, Asren, the Dogo Beach area. We also dealt with Utublu, Nakomajin, Ngleshi, and then the Drewford area. We're doing all these things to ensure that the area is very, very clean.
Gilbert Niankra is the head of public affairs at the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. You're still listening to the Citi Prime News. When we return, we have reactions to an apology by NPP running mate Dr. Matthew Poku-Prempeh over recent comments involving Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Please stay for details.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Is your essay ready? Have you already submitted it? In 2024, who will be crowned the new champion? We're getting closer and closer to the deadline for submission. As a JHS student, don't miss out on the opportunity to win a whopping 10,000 Ghana cedis and an entire year of bragging rights for being the very best JHS student in Ghana. Additionally, you get to have your voice and thoughts heard nationwide as you contribute to national discourse. Here's how to join the Literacy Challenge 2024. In not less than 600 words, write about the role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana. What changes would you like to see, and how can young people contribute to making them happen? Scripts must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by a parent. Add your full contact details. Deadline Saturday the 13th of July 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV in Tesano or 97.3 Citi FM in Adabraka, or send it to PO Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For inquiries, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap. Feel fresh, feel alive. From the house of Wilma Africa Limited. Fortune spread for bread. Yummy, delicious, always on point. Another quality product from Wilma Africa Limited. Ruby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Perspectus Ghana Limited.
Channel 1 TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on Channel 363. On GoTV, we're on Channel 117. And on HD+, get us on Channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search. But take note that without an antenna, you cannot access Channel 1 TV. Channel 1 TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box, like the DSTV and HD+ boxes. Channel 1 TV, telling your story, empowering change.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Let's bring you some politics now. And the 2024 running mate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Poku-Prempeh, has apologized for demeaning the legacy of Ghana's first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. The NPP running mate has come under fire for saying the Akufo-Addo government has outperformed Dr. Nkrumah's government, an assertion that has since not gone down well with many Ghanaians. Some groups, including the Convention People's Party, CPP, have subsequently demanded a retraction and apology. Well, in a statement released today, July 12, Dr. Poku-Prempeh said his comments were not meant to disrespect Dr. Kwame Nkrumah or any other former head of state, except of his statement said, and I quote, "I note the concerns raised after my statement. I apologize sincerely and regret any discomfort caused." End of quote. Well, a group calling itself the Concerned Youth of the Western Region has rejected this apology. As a press conference in Takra, the members of this group highlighted Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's remarkable leadership legacy, stating that they will not tolerate such disrespect towards their hero. They demanded an unequivocal apology again from Napo and urged the chiefs to bar him from entering palaces in the Western region. Here's a member of that group, Professor Boachi Yadom.
So the youth of Western region rejects this kind of apology. And we believe that that has been the DNA of Napo and his group. People believe that, yes, he's a hardworking gentleman. The fact that he's hardworking, he can just get up and insult us anyhow. That is unacceptable. We will not accept that. We believe that Napo should tone down. That is one. too, and come again and apologize unreservedly for us to know that yes, but for him to say that that is his opinion. So your opinion is that Kwame Nkrumah is ordinary person. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is ordinary person. That is not the case. So we believe that what he has said, that is his opinion. We will not accept it. We expect him to come again and let people of Ghana know that yes, indeed, he's sorrowful and he has repented from what he has said. And he will never stand anywhere and make that derogatory statement about Kwame Nkrumah. So we believe that Western Regional Chief should come together and also protest strongly against Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh for him to render unqualified apology to the Western Region people youth and even the people of Western Region, Ghana as a whole, before he's allowed to make his campaign in the Western Region.
Professor Boachi Yadom is a member of a group calling itself Concerned Youth of the Western Region. Meanwhile, the Convention People's Party has welcomed the apology by the NPP running mate Matthew Opoku Prempeh. The CPP had earlier issued a 24-hour ultimatum to Mr. Opoku Prempeh to retract his comments against the first president of Asia Roth. Now, Deputy Secretary of the Independent Committee of the CPP, Joyce Labi, tells City News that although the apology letter from the NPP running mate shows maturity, the party is still not satisfied because they expected a more specific apology to Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
We've seen the apology from Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh in response to what he said during the outdooring of his office as a vice. First of all, I will say that this letter shows some kind of leadership in him, and coming out to explain himself is a bit okay, but we are all not satisfied though. Why am I saying we are not satisfied? You know, as a grounds, he specifically mentioned, used a language that is a little bit disrespectful to the founder of Ghana. And I want to quote it in Chi, saying that, and this language that he used, that caused a lot of people across the globe to react. Yes, of course, this letter that Napo has apologized is also talking about our own President Kufuor. But the chaos that rose out of his speech, most wasn't about President Kufuor. So we were expecting that the apology should be specific.
You had a Deputy Secretary of the Independent Committee of the Convention People's Party, the CPP, Joyce Labi. Now, still in politics, a political scientist has downplayed the impact of a debate between the two leading political party flag bearers will have on the electoral fortunes. This follows a challenge by NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to the NDC's flag bearer John Dramani Mahama to a live presidential debate over their respective visions and policies to the people of Ghana. Political scientist Dr. Issa Asante says that debate, or whether the debate or no debate, most voters have already decided who they want to vote for.
As for the debate, it has very little impact on voter choices, that I might say. So yes, if you call for it and it's accepted and they do it, fine. But if they don't, it's still fine. People do not need the debate before they experience the economic problems of the country. People do not need the debate to know that times are hard and all that. People do not need the debate to know that they have finished schools and they are without jobs.
You heard a political scientist, Dr. Issa Asante. Now, organized labor is currently in an emergency meeting to determine the next course of action following the National Pensions Regulatory Authority's approval for the sale of 60% of SNIT shares in 4 hotels. The hotels involved are Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Resort, Elmina Beach Resort, and Ridge Royal Hotel. Labour has repeatedly urged the government to halt the sale of these hotels to Rock City Group, arguing that the move is not in the public's best interest. However, SNIT has stated that among the hotels, only Labadi Luadi Beach Hotel has posted dividends over the past 5 years. Now, the consistent losses and inability to service their debts have led to the decision to sell 60% of the shares to Rock City Group. But organized labor insists the move should be abolished and a change in management should rather be done. The outcome of today's meeting will review organized labor's stance on this matter. But away from that, the Minister for Finance, Dr. Mohammed Amin Adam, is expected to present the 2024 mid-year budget review to Parliament on Tuesday, July 23. This presentation will provide an update on the implementation of the 2024 budget with insights into the economic and fiscal performance for the first half of the year, as well as Ghana's bailout program with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. Here's the Majority Chief Whip, Frank Anodompre, presenting the business statement for the upcoming week.
Speaker, the Business Committee takes the opportunity to give prior notice to honorable members that the Minister for Finance is expected to present the mid-year review of the budget statement and economic policy of government for the year 2024 financial year on Tuesday, 23rd July.
That was Majority Chief Whip Frank Anodompre. Now, all is set for the second edition of Channel 1 TV's National Swimming Championship at the Botaman Sports Complex from tomorrow. 12 swim clubs with a total of 194 swimmers will compete in various events at the Aquatic Center in Botaman on Saturday and Sunday. The championship will be held under the rules and regulations of World Aquatics and African Aquatics. Prior to the two-day event, some parents of the participating swimmers have been sharing their thoughts with City News.
Okay, I remember one time one of his coaches called me and said, "Oh, that is our Ness Abeku." I was confused. At that time, I didn't even know who Abeku was. Then my son also came home the next day. So, "Oh, people say I'm Abeku, I'm the Ness Abeku." Then I researched into the Ghana. I realized, oh, it's Ghana #1. So it's their motivation. He wants to be a champion, and he sometimes takes his own medals, take a picture of them and say, "Daddy, thank you. Mommy and Daddy, thank you." So I think his motivation is coming from a program like this, where you people recognize their abilities and what they can do. So we thank Channel 1 TV for organizing this thing to motivate these children. So I think they get all these things from the publication, they get how people thought about this whole program and seeing them out there. I mean, they get motivation from people like you.
I was at the first edition, and I would say it was fantastic. Congratulations to Citi FM. And I think your competition itself coming at the end of the swim league, which has taken place along the year, it's a very, very exciting one. It's like a champions of champions, and I'm very biased to the Marlins, so I believe they're going to win again. I mean, they are good teams around, but all round, I think Marlins have a very leveled, I would say, categories really. So I think they will win again. So that's for sure.
You heard some parents of the participating swimmers of the Channel 1 National Swimming Championship at the Botaman Sports Complex. Now, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, the OSP, has released its half-yearly report for the period spanning January 1, 2024 and June 30, 2024, which highlights investigations and prosecutions conducted by the office. The OSP in the report, among other things, disclosed that it will deploy investigative operatives across the country to monitor and prevent the falsification of election results during the 2024 general elections. Here are some highlights of the report released and signed by Special Prosecutor Kisi Japan.
The Office of the Special Prosecutor in its half-yearly report dated 11th July 2024 says it will deploy its covert and investigation operatives throughout the country before, during and after the elections to monitor, suppress and repress the falsification of returns at the elections. It further admonished all officers charged with the counting of votes at the polling stations, collation centres and the transmission of the outcome of the elections to note that it is a grave offence to willfully falsify the account of the votes or make a false return of the votes. On the matter of prosecutions, the OSP says there has not been any convictions or acquittals in respect of the cases pending before the criminal court during the period under review, which is January 1, 2024 to June 30, 2024. The three substantive criminal cases being tried before the court are the trial of the former Chief Executive of the Public Procurement Authority, Mr. Ejenim Boating-Eje has been charged with 8 counts of using public offers for profit and directly and indirectly influencing the procurement process to obtain an unfair advantage in the award of public contracts. The trial of the former Chief Executive, former Deputy Chief Executive in charge of operations, former Deputy Chief Executive in charge of finance and administration of the Northern Development Authority, and the Chief Executive of A&Q's Consortium Limited is pending before the Criminal Division of the High Court, Tamale.
You had highlights of the half-yearly report from the Office of the Special Prosecutor, read to you by Zoe Abubedu Ado. And that's how we wrap up today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studio in Adabraka, Accra. For more stories, please log on to citinewsroom.com. My name is Ajua Tinkrama Domna. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302-224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.